You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot, I love you, but like, something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy. Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men, back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you know, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, if you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex, and I've noticed a trend that I'm loving a lot, and this is the trend of women attempting to take accountability. I'm loving this new energy in 2025 from y'all women, and y'all need to keep it up, especially the black women out here. I see y'all. I see y'all trying. And you know, on the comments on that particular video, and I just wanted to share this video because not only did I think she gave good game, but she also did a lot of real life self-reflecting. And I know there's 30%, almost 40% women who watch this channel who could probably watch that and get some words of wisdom and learn something, you know, and change something that they may be doing wrong in their own dating lives. But I also know it gives hope to men too. Like, look, there are good girls out there, and there are girls who might not have necessarily been good girls, but who are working to become that. But when I went in her comments, I seen a lot of incel nonsense. All right, I seen a lot of dudes, like the first comment, the most liked comment was some dude saying, oh, well, this always happens to the good guys. The good guys always get played. You're saying you're going to change, but I don't know if you are. And, you know, she was annoyed by this comment. I just want to say this. Guys, listen. The manosphere is dead. All right? The red pill is over. Gone are the days where you're going to get a bunch of views, likes, comments, or really make any money bashing women. All right? YouTube's not even pushing that algorithm anymore. Right now, you got two different paths you can go down. All right? You can learn how to vet, learn how to find good, elite women. All right? And learn how to cultivate effective relationships, marriages, and families with them. Or you can just work on yourself, you know, get your body right, get your money right, get your paper right. Quite frankly, I don't really give a damn which one you do, and I'm not judging you for either one. But the days of just bashing upon women, talking a bunch of crap of them, it's old and it's played out. At the end of the day, nobody wants to keep complaining without solutions. And when I see videos like the video that just happened, that shows me that the amount of men constantly talking about how women don't take accountability, the amount of men constantly talking about how certain things need to change is kind of starting to take an effect. Because you would have never seen a video like that 10 years ago. You know, you just wouldn't have, especially one that went viral. But you're starting to see these videos now. And for us to continue to have a positive impact, you incels really got to chill, man. All that hate women and, you know, they do this and they do that and they never going to change. If you feel like that, then just sit the conversation out. But when we see a young lady taking accountability, admitting that she could do better, and more importantly, offering that message to other young women, we need to support that. We don't need to be hating on that. All right. So I just wanted to spread the word to give encouragement. Again, not just for the young ladies, but also for the young men. All right. Your words have power. You guys got to start telling these guys. I was one of the first content creators to say, you got to start telling women what's wrong with them. Stop ghosting them, stop blocking them, and just tell them this is what's wrong with you. Now, in this case, that's not what happened. She did self-reflection on her own. But, you know, I'm working on telling you guys, you got to be able to politely tell these women, hey, this is what's wrong with you. This is why I cut you off, or this is why I don't want to date you anymore. Especially if you're a man of power, all right? If you're a man who gets a lot of women, like I was able to get a lot of women, right? So I had an ability, I was in a position where I had the ability to be able to tell them that. And I wanted to take advantage of that. So if you're a man who's in a position where you're able to get dates, right? You're able to talk to these women. Don't just ghost them. Don't just cut them off. Tell them what's wrong. And if they crash out, they crash out. Hey, listen, some women have crashed out on me instead of taking the advice and I had to block them. But that's okay. At the end of the day, all it takes is if 10 women crash out, you got to block them, but 3 women hear your message and they become a better woman as a result. That's all you can ask for, okay? They always telling us what's wrong with us. We got to be willing to tell them what's wrong with them too. So women are starting to take accountability, you know? They're starting to realize maybe I'm the problem, all right? I think Cardi B has an album coming out like, am I the problem? Yes, she is, by the way. But either way, I like this new trend of seeing women taking accountability and starting to do some real self-reflection. So I just wanted to share that video. I just wanted to attach this commentary to the end because, again, when you guys see this stuff happening, we can't make progress if you're in some angry incel mode. If you're in red pill rage, we moving past that. Those days are over. All right. At the end of the day, all of us want to find peace in the crib. Right. At the end of the day, most of us want to have some kids and we want to have a family. All right. That's what I preach to. That's where most of us are moving. And again, if that's not where you're moving and you're just like, yo, I want to do my own thing. Okay. You know, get your money up. We make videos about getting your money up, you know, getting your trade, getting your degree, you know, starting a business, CDLs. We made videos about all that stuff, hitting the gym, all that stuff. That's fine too. But bashing chicks, unless they really do something to deserve it, it's just no point in doing it anymore, guys. Let's help them on this journey. Let's help them get right. That's my thoughts on that. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.